Hello and welcome to the month of July. It's trade season here at MLB Pro, and you guys have asked for it. We're going to try to break down trades as they happen as many times as we can. And I think we need to start with the trade yesterday that welcomed us to July, that being the Kansas City Royals trading Jason Heyward to the Arizona Diamondbacks. The first place Arizona Diamondbacks at 47-39. The Royals send Heyward in return for minor league pitcher Jack White. The Royals will be retaining 80% of Heyward's remaining $5 million portion of his contract. Why did this trade happen? How did we get here? Let's start with the how. A couple days ago in Kansas City, the Diamondbacks were playing the Royals, and starting outfielder Carroll Curtis strained his hamstring in the field. He's going to be out 5 weeks. Curtis on the year was hitting .250 with 10 homers and was second on the Diamondbacks with 40 RBIs. 9 of their next 12 games are against teams sitting at .500 or better. They also have series later this month against division rivals both LA and San Francisco. They recently promoted Vlad Guerrero Jr. They recently promoted Juan Marin. They recently promoted Jeffrey Stone. They did not have any obvious outfielders worth calling up. Why Kansas City? Well, it was a rebuild. It was another rebuild year under general manager Rob Chapman. Heyward approaching his 31st birthday in about a month with an expiring contract at the end of the year. It was unlikely they were going to extend him for 2 reasons. One, financially, it really didn't make sense. 2, the Royals have some minor league prospects in the outfield not too far in the distant future. Bob Collins, a current top 100 prospect. Billy Rounds was a AAA All-Star in the Pacific Coast League. Luke Musgrave, a 2019 draftee, has shown promise so far this season. You have former top 100 prospect Bernard Blanchard waiting in the wings, and the recently acquired Alex Kirilloff. So the Royals have tons of options and current outfielders ready to fill the position. What took so long, I guess, is another aspect of this, because Jason Heyward is having a good year. So why now? Why not sooner? I think fit has to be the biggest thing that has kept Jason Heyward in Kansas City, because the Royals have been willing to take on a good chunk of that salary all season long. But when you look at things, starting in the American League, Toronto's corner outfielder combo is Harper and Stanton, so they weren't a fit. New York, Israel Cruz and Franmil Reyes. Cleveland, Nick Williams and Jorge Ayala, so maybe Ayala. Chicago, the White Sox have gone out and filled their outfield needs in the corners by the trade market, but they chose the Cincinnati Reds with Koyama and Lance Ray. The Twins, Daniel Fields, Jose Ramirez, but it's been a disappointing year in Minnesota, so the need to upgrade over Jose Ramirez has maybe been minimal. Seattle and LA Seattle has one of the best combos that rival Toronto in Mark Baker and Armando Cabanas. The Angels were set in right field with Nomar Mazara. They've been a dual partnership in left field of Michael Gigliotti and Marcus Porter. Texas has a young outfield in the corner in Dave Riley, and then the producing Alfredo Silverio. You look in the National League, the 2 favorites going into the year division-wise outside of the NL West were the Mets, Josh Wilcox and Wong. They were set there. The Cardinals, Christian Yelich, Yasiel Puig, who they've signed to a free agent contract. So Colorado maybe, but they spent big in free agency, and you had Steve Winter and Jock Peterson at the corners. So there was no need there. So it was a matter of time until a need was needed. And I think that came about when Carroll Curtis went down, and within 24 hours the trade was made. So things moved quickly. What did Kansas City get back? Let's start there. They get back Jack White, 2.45 ERA and 25 2/3 AAA innings this year. There is concern about his stuff. He's only struck out 19 batters so far. That's 6.7 per 9 innings pitched. A steep drop from the over 10 he averaged last season in the 40 innings at the AA level. It's a fastball that sits 91 to 93, some decent movement to it, a curveball 12 to 6 that can confuse hitters, and a changeup that's above average. Kansas City's bullpen ranks 13th in the American League. He's well worth the flyer. As far as Jason Heyward goes, this is what a league insider had to say about him.
Early in the season, it was the same old problem for Jason Heyward. He's a guy who likes to dive into the baseball and his hands get away from him. Well, in the last couple of weeks, he's made mechanical adjustments in his setup to be a much more balanced hitter.
And when you look at things, the numbers truly back that up. He hit .235 over the spring, then began the year 2 of 16 in March. It was a disastrous start to the season, but he's slowly picked it up since then. Batting average by month, looking at things, April he hit .265, May it got up to .286, and in June he hit .356. Not only is he putting the ball in play away from fielders, he's also seeing the ball better and drawing walks. An on-base percentage in June of .423. Defense is a big concern. His range is not what it used to be. It's the second worst zone rating of any qualified right fielder in all of baseball, only sitting ahead of Dominic Brown. So when you look at the Diamondbacks, that is going to put pressure on their center fielder, but they have one of the best center fielders in all the game, in Daz Cameron. The whole lineup, the implication of adding Jason Heyward again, top to bottom, Daz Cameron leading off, having a good year, the young outfielder. Juan Marin, since being called up, all he's doing is hitting .371 in his first big league month with an on-base percentage of .420. He's fine. Jeremy Scott, an all-star last season. Bit of a sophomore slump, but still a productive .257 batting average, 13 homers, a team best 46 RBIs. We all know about Vlad Guerrero Jr., the Rookie of the Month, the Player of the Month, the all-everything, 13 homers in his first 32 big league games. Rich Dixon at first base, providing a little pop, getting on base. Jose Alamine behind the plate, a solid defender, not much with his bat. Shohei Ohtani, when he's in the field, has produced in his sophomore season, .286 batting average, .335 on-base RRG. Has 9 homers this year after hitting just 10 last year. So you pencil in Jason Heyward in that 8 spot rather, and a team 1 through 8 outside of Alamine, guys that can get it on base, can run a little bit, can hit for power, can hit for average, can walk. A solid addition for the Diamondbacks, and making the move now before the price got higher, before other teams got involved. I think this is a trade, is a win-win for both sides. The Royals avoided releasing Heyward. I think that was in the near future, had things not developed trade-wise. You pick up a young reliever in Jack White, he can maybe find his time and his stuff again at the big league level or at AAA with a new pitching coach giving him some advice, a guy that can help a bullpen that can't do much right. They clear up some salary this season, help get that budget under control, and Arizona adds a guy that can fill a need while Carol Curtis is out. It will be interesting what happens when Curtis comes back. It could mean the demotion of former first-round pick, 2015 first-round pick, Arturo Velasquez. Would be my guess, but only time will tell. It depends, I guess, how Heyward does here in Arizona over the next month. And again, before the All-Star game, a 3-game set starting with a doubleheader tonight against Cincinnati, and then it's a tough 6-game road trip before the All-Star game. 3 in Colorado, 3 in Chicago against the White Sox. If Arizona can get by that, they'll should be sitting in first place come the All-Star break. A far cry from where they sat a year ago, but I think one we all saw coming with all the young pieces they had in the wings that have now blossomed at the big league level. And that's a look at the Jason Heyward trade to Arizona again this month. We're going to be trying to take a look at as many trades as we can. The tip line is now up. Thank you to those that have contributed already there. Brenton and myself look forward to discussing those there. If anyone ever has any other ideas, you know where to find us. Feel free to submit any audio clips. Do whatever you can. We always appreciate it. Anyways, that is my take on the Kansas City Royals Arizona Diamondbacks trade. Thank you.